Right after hearing Trinh Khiem Muc figured out how to activate the soul stun skill that can mesmerize the target for 4 minutes. The cooldown time is 2 minutes. Immediately 2-lap Van trembled and couldn't move. Meanwhile, Trinh Khiem Muc pulled out a machine gun from the crowd and continuously fired at 2-lap Van. In the blink of an eye, Master 2 was directly eliminated. Everyone exclaimed that they couldn't accept it. How can they continue to fight? Trinh Khiem Muc looked coldly at the camera and requested the next person in line. The meeting room immediately fell silent and everyone stood up. Trinh Khiem Muc truly paid no attention to us. We are not afraid of this boy, even though they said so. All the school leaders came to the training ground. Everyone appeared angry, but Trinh Khiem Muc remained calm. If you're here, then line up. But then, a figure suddenly appeared that was unacceptable. Warrior level 27, will confront you. Trinh Khiem Muc's bullets were aimed at you immediately after. A falling blow like a dog appeared in front of Trinh Khiem Muc. Trinh Khiem Muc coldly said, "Who's next? For we will face the dragon subjugation formation. Wait for the warrior at level 38 to come forward." No matter who comes, the result remains the same. Only the principal, Trinh, and 2 teachers remain on the field at this point. The principal's face seemed to be eating feces according to the school rules. No teacher can stop this boy, but how can we just stand by and relinquish a 100-year career? Therefore, a wicked intention began to arise in the mind. Not willing to lose, eliminate this boy. Suddenly, a chilling breath gripped him. It seems like behind the boy, there is a powerful protector. If today's forced action is taken, I am sure it will lead to death. It seems that negotiation is the only way left. If not, even the principal's position cannot be maintained. The principal changed to a respectful expression, saying that upon hearing of your arrival, the teachers were too enthusiastic. Today's encounter was unlike any other. 1,000 students invited you here. The boy, armed with a weapon, felt annoyed by the sound barrier, yet left the old man astonished. For 2.5 years he was curious about the weapon he had created throughout his life, but to this boy, it became worthless. The old man not only pursued the boy but also begged him to create a set of equipment for him, becoming a blacksmith in the hands of a boy. After overcoming challenges at all academies in Zhang City, his power rose to 3rd place in the nation. The leaders of Zhang City Academy decided to hold a ceremony to award an honorary headmaster title to Trinh Khiem Muc for his peculiar behavior over the past half-month. Since no one objected, we will hold a commendation ceremony when he returns and end the meeting. But honestly, this kid is causing trouble again somewhere else. The Lano coast on the Tiangdi continent is full of level 16 and 27 monsters at this moment. Trinh Khiem Muc has reached level 20. With his transformation system and passive skills upgraded to level 3, the green machine gun not only increases the activation chance to 5 but also at least half the attack power in the range. The cooldown time for all weapons has also been permanently reduced. The passive critical hit rate has also increased to 22 and Li Guo's invincible time has reached a horrifying 0.4 seconds. So from now on, there will be more choices for adjustment. Now is the time to create a weapon ahead of its time. Then he went to a blacksmith shop. After inquiring, he learned that he had to master 50 generations of processing, 100 if you don't have the money. It quickly disappears. It's not strange, only 20 coins, and he's not greedy either. Is he a deep-seated blacksmith immersed in training? If it seems too expensive, consider your reason. He has been forging for years. Hasn't he managed enough? Just when this was said, Trinh Khiem Muc couldn't answer and could only return to the workshop. However, it's a pity that this incredibly magnificent artwork in my hands was glanced at by the venerable old man, who with a solemn expression remarked that this drawing is far from simple. He quickly pursued me to take a closer look at this drawing. I swiftly presented the drawing before him. But what about the cost of this training? Without hesitation, the old man immediately said, "Free, free. Learn on your own from the bookshelf on the right." The old man was astonished. This drawing surely originates from an extraordinarily talented individual. Since the age of 3, practicing breathing techniques until now, the old man still doesn't understand. Seeing thousands of people vying for this drawing, this one is mine. After listening, the old man became perplexed. Although I don't understand the principles inside, I still comprehend. Please allow me to participate in the creation of this weapon. I will provide the necessary costs and materials. Seeing thousands pretending to be in difficulty, but I only prepare one main ingredient. If you fail, I will lose more than I gain. So, create the 4 models on the drawing first. This will help me see your true strength. The old man created everything, including the wolf claw gloves, silver armor, and giant assassin boots for the Brotherhood's giant assassin. Just by looking, Trinh Khiem Muc is satisfied and nods. Drawing level 15 has been created into a level 25 product. From the attributes, one can see that the old man's training strength is truly impressive. Combat power increased by over 3,000 points. In the nation's history, no student has ever had an attack power of 16,000 points. Therefore, the two happily achieved cooperation. While they were busy inside, Bom Thien, the owner of the level 28 Sword Soul of Luke Fong Academy, entered but didn't see the old man. Despite his eccentric nature, the old man is one of the few high-level master blacksmiths on the continent. He is also a top-notch blacksmith who only accepts through relationships and large sums of money. At this moment, a voice criticizing the old man emanated from inside the room. This high-level master blacksmith only knows how to accept money, huh? Did you go through the back door? How could you not distinguish between the Tai Ma and 2 sections? Van Non King looks surprised when someone openly doubts Mr. Zhang's forging ability, and then, lifting the curtain to enter. At this time, the old man was also confused when scolded by Trinh Khiem Muc. What is Lin Jia Lei Nuo's magic? Since I started iron training at the age of 3, I have never heard of it. Seeing Vong Thien directly, astonished to hear the name of the famous forging master being scolded by a young person like this. Vong Thien waves his hand a few times. Mr. Zhang, I am here. Trinh Khiem Muc is skeptical of this voice. So he turns around and sees Trinh Khiem Muc with a strange expression. Vong Thien immediately feels cold sweat. Why is this kid's gaze so gentle with me? Last time, an old man wanted to sleep with me because of this expression. Vong Thien was his opponent in his past life. Whether online or in the suburbs, they used to be close friends, and also the first soul swordsman in episode 98 of the game Then Koi, famous for his excellent martial arts. Mr. Zhang said he's busy today and it's late, but Trinh Khiem Muc suddenly proposed. It was just a test of your equipment forging skills, without checking the weapon forging. Instead, use this weapon for the test. Mr. Zhang was furious. Isn't the kid bullying adults? But when remembering Trinh Khiem Muc's outstanding talent and that miraculous design. For this rare learning opportunity, Mr. Zhang can only give in. He stands up and starts fighting. An hour later, Vong Thien takes the weapon with satisfaction. It's no wonder Mr. Zhang is proud. I don't lie. Looking at the whole Exaquoc, perhaps only a few can surpass us. Immediately, Vong Thien eagerly holds the weapon and spins. This weapon even surpasses 100 points when killing, and the attack speed is even more miraculous. However, he always feels the strange gaze of the kid behind him. Wait a minute, we must be cautious. Then Trinh Khiem Muc announced that Mr. Tiu had passed the test. Mr. Tiu confidently said, let me handle this. After 5 hours of training, a golden light began to appear in the room. Mr. Tiu had been skilled in forging all his life. He had never encountered such a situation. As soon as the weapon was completed, a bright golden light appeared. The weapon was only in phase 1, with infinite space for upgrades. The attributes of the light weapon increased by 8 points. The equipment effects could also be smoothly converted. The 4 forms of the weapon could truly rival a divine object. The drawing of the forged weapon that the young man came to request on a piece of toilet paper had amazed the old man for the past 2 years. And for the weapon he had forged all his life, it became priceless in the eyes of this young man. Therefore, the old man not only pursued his younger brother, despite being rejected, but also begged to forge an equipment. When Trinh Khiem Muc completed the challenge against all academies in the city of Zhang, his power skyrocketed to the top 3 in the country. All academy leaders in the city of Zhang decided to consider the strange behavior of Trinh Khiem Muc in the past month. Ha En Hong awarded the honorary title of headmaster to Trinh Khiem Muc because no one objected, so they waited for him to return and then organized a commendation ceremony and adjourned the meeting. But this kid, what is he up to now? On the coast of Lano in the continent of Thien Koi, there are only level 1627 monsters. At this point, Trinh Khiem Muc had reached level 20, the conversion system and passive had been upgraded to level 3. The Gren machine gun had increased the activation rate by 5, the attack power fan-shaped area had at least doubled. The weapon conversion time was also permanently reduced. The passive critical hit rate had also increased to 22, and the invincibility time of the Great Empire had reached a terrifying 0.4 seconds. So from now on, there will be more options for actions. Now is the time to forge a weapon beyond the era. Then he went to a blacksmith shop alone and asked if he knew that learning blacksmith 50 times could enjoy a discount of 100 times. Without money, he left quickly. Generally speaking, isn't this 20 yuan of gold? Is he a blacksmith who focuses on technical forging? If you think it's expensive, please think carefully about your reasons. Have you forged monsters in an unmanaged way in the past few years? When this sentence comes up, Chengping Circuit really can't answer. So, let's go back to the workshop and fix the screws. Unfortunately, this is a very good design in my hand. The old man took a peek, which was definitely not easy. So I hurriedly chased after it. Let me take a look at this design first. Cheng Jinmo shook the design in front of him. But how much does it cost to forge? The old man didn't think too much and said, "It's free. There's a bookshelf on the right, let's learn by ourselves." The old man was surprised. Design must be an extraordinary chef. Since he was 3 years old, he didn't understand. Only Cheng Jindo held the design. This is the work of me and some great directors. Therefore, not every blacksmith can understand. When I heard Mr. Chen Tianping's voice, the circuit became confused. Although I don't understand, I should understand why. Please let me participate in the manufacturing of this weapon. Other costs and materials will be provided by me. Seeing Trinh Khiem Muc pretend to be in difficulty, but with only one main ingredient, if you fail, I will lose more than I earn. So why don't you create the 4 items on the design first? This will help me evaluate your abilities more. The old man created everything, including the wolf claw gloves, original armor, and assassin's leg wings of the Brotherhood, which were dropped. Trinh Khiem Muc lifts them up and nods in satisfaction. Level 15 design has been created, all finished products are of high quality. In terms of forging ability, the old man is really not bad. The combat power has increased by over 3,000 points. Never before in the history of the nation has a student been able to attack with 16,000 points like this. 2 people have cooperated happily while the 2 were busy inside. Heavenly Eagle, a 28th heaven class master of the Lang Feng Academy, entered but did not see the old man's figure. Although discreet in character, he is one of the very few high-level forging masters on the continent. He only accepts after paying a large sum through connections at this time. The old man's scolding echoed in the room. Your high-level forging master bought a spot, didn't he? Why can't you distinguish between the Tai Mo and 2 sections? Listening to Heavenly Eagle's words, someone became suspicious of Zhang's forging ability openly. Therefore, he opened the door and entered. At this moment, the old man was also reprimanded by Cheng Qian Mo in a confused manner. What is border forging magic? Since I was 3 years old, I have never heard of it. Heavenly Eagle became bewildered on the spot. The renowned forging master was scolded on the spot by such a young person. Heavenly Eagle waved embarrassedly. I am here now, listen. Why does this voice sound familiar? Therefore, with a bewildered expression, Cheng Qian Mo turned back to look. When Cheng Qian Mo saw his expression, Heavenly Eagle suddenly broke out in cold sweat. Why is this person looking at me so subtly? Last time, an old man wanted to sleep with me. Why does Trinh Khiem Muc find this noise familiar? He turned his head and saw Trinh Khiem Muc looking puzzled. Hoang Thien immediately broke out in cold sweat. How can this kid look at me so elegantly? Last time, a kid wanted to sleep with me. When the old man said he was busy today and needed to change his schedule, Cheng Qian Mo suddenly proposed. Previously, it was just a test of his equipment forging ability, but the weapon forging has not yet been checked. Why not consider his weapon as the test? Listen to the old man. Zhang was angry. Is this kid teasing you? At that time, Teacher Tran said he was busy today and will meet again tomorrow, but Trinh Khiem Muc suddenly proposed. Previously, it was just a test of his equipment forging ability, but the weapon forging has not yet been checked. It's better to take his forged weapon for consideration. Listen to teacher, suddenly angry. Why is this kid teasing people? Thinking about Thien Nyan's exceptional talent surpasses that of the greats and the original design, leaving one in awe. With a once-in-a-century opportunity for learning, Mr. Trong couldn't resist. He stood up and began polishing. After an hour, Thien Nyan looked satisfied at the weapon in his hand. It's unbelievable, indeed, Mr. Trong, proud of himself, not self-praising. Seeing a Ha country that few can surpass. Immediately, Thien Nyan excitedly grasped the weapon and spun. This weapon has the ability to kill instantly, exceeding 100 points and a terrifying attack speed. But the feeling behind this kid is strange. Must be cautious with him in the future. Then Trinh Khiem Muc declared Mr. Trong had passed the exam. Confidently, Mr. Trong said, let me handle this. After 5 hours of training, a golden light began to appear in the room. Mr. Trong had trained his whole life and never encountered such a situation. As soon as a bright yellow light appeared, and the weapon was only in the initial stage, there was still infinite room for development. The attributes of the weapon Lu Quang Tian Dik Tan increased by 8 points. The equipment effect can also be smoothly converted. A weapon with 4 simple forms can rival a miraculous existence. The man who was originally the first sword soul in the game now becomes the disciple of the level 20 city lord. But the man doesn't feel ashamed of that. On the contrary, he modestly asked his wife. Just now, there were 2 diverging paths, each with a small boss. So they agreed on who would kill the boss first and return. When Trinh Khiem Muc cleaned up all the monsters. This is still a battle between Thien Nyan and the monster. Thien Nyan performs the demon-slaying horse-riding technique, immediately splitting the monster in half. Then the monster collapses to the ground. In 27 minutes, he has broken the record for the fastest monster kill by Thien Nyan. It's time to move on to the brutal reward. His power has increased significantly. It seems that Lao Mo is still fighting the small monster. If luck isn't on his side, he might have returned to the source. However, when he arrived at the rendezvous point with Hong Thien, he found him already waiting there. Hong Thien, full of suspicion, wonders if Lao Mo has returned so early. Van Non Cheng appears with a gentle smile, saying nothing, leaving Hong Thien feeling embarrassed. With your level and profession, running when you're not strong enough is a wise choice. This won't tarnish your reputation when the information spreads. Stand here and don't move. Leave the rest to me to handle. But as he ran closer, he saw no trace of any monster. On approaching, he realized that dozens of skilled wild boars had formed a small hill. As he looked around, he was more shocked to find that this was the 7th pile of wild boar carcasses. Impossible, this is completely impossible. Even if he guessed why Lao Mo could surpass levels and strike so strongly. Is he, a level 20 solo player, stronger than himself? But when he reached the boss point, he didn't see the corpse of the wild boar sacrifice, a gum. Even in death, they need to leave a body behind. While he was pondering, Cheng appeared behind him and said, "Look up at the sky." Not looking is ignorance, one glance is fear. The A-gum wild boar's body was hanging from a tree by Cheng. How could Lao Mo defeat the level 27 solo boss of A-gum wild boar sacrifice then? Hong Thien eagerly asked Lao Mo, "How did you do it? Your profession is too bizarre." After hearing this, Cheng appeared with a slight smile. "Actually, it's not difficult if you can do it too." Then Cheng explained to Hong Thien, who eagerly wrote down every word. Each word Cheng uttered brought a small smile to Hong Thien's face. The plan to nurture the number 1 divine sword officially began. After having a master, Cheng gave instructions. Facing an attack from the forest wolves, he is not at all afraid. The quality of the attack has improved compared to before. To him, those ferocious forest wolves are like sheep waiting to be slaughtered. With each sword raised, each slash, but it's still the first time, so the defense is still not enough. Seeing the wolves behind about to attack, but at this time Tan Mo has grabbed the modified Grin machine gun and after a series of shots has eliminated the attacking forest wolves. Huang Thien from behind and reminded Huang Thien that his reaction was a bit slow. At this point, Huang Thien is out of breath, but the forest wolves pay little attention to him, grabbing a large stick and hitting it down on him. Huang Thien growls, a sword from the enemy has slashed through. After witnessing Lao Mo's actual combat abilities, he fully understands the gap between them. The difference between them is comprehensive, but what shocks people more is that he can immediately understand Huang Thien's fighting habits, even more than his biological mother. But at this moment, the wolf behind suddenly grabs a giant club and strikes at Huang Thien, who immediately realizes. The latter part of the skill has not yet ended. After slipping in the next second, he was hit by a serious blow from the wolf, even being blown away. Luckily, Trinh Khiem Muc timely stood up to protect Huang Thien's life. Next, Lao Mo furrows his brow, looking at Huang Thien. "Oh, is he the most potential sword soul in 30 years? Do you want me to die from laughter?" Listening to Huang Thien's explanation. The knowledge he just mentioned I haven't had time to absorb. "Do you see me fighting wolves and priests alone? Do you think everyone is crazy like you?" When this statement was made, Trinh Khiem Muc immediately became cold. "So do you know why a few minutes ago you couldn't avoid Mota's blow? As a warrior in your subconscious, you often overlook minor injuries around you, thinking that you have seized a great opportunity. Rushing to pursue your target blindly is what disrupts your attack rhythm. The truly appropriate time to attack is right. It's about precision, not speed. Many times, delaying your attack can actually be more effective. When you understand this, you can apply the knowledge I have taught you. Don't let archaic language hinder the timing and pace of your attack." Attacking after winning. Qin Mo paused for a moment. "Wang Tian, do you want to become the number 1 sword soul god on the Tiankai continent?" Wang Tian fell silent for a moment. "The number 1 sword soul god? Yes, by training with me, you can definitely become the number 1 sword soul god on the Tiankai continent." Wang Tian smiled. "Lao Mo, I believe that when spoken is inspired." Wang Tian plunged into the monster horde. "I, Wang Tian, will definitely become the number 1 sword soul god on the Tiankai continent. How could I give up on such a trivial battle like this once a general fails?" Rushed forward, wielding a giant axe alongside Wang Shen's weapon. As soon as the weapons clashed, a burst of golden flames erupted. And in that moment, the enemy warrior swung the weapon. Wang Tian immediately detected a weakness in that split second. When the opponent prepared to attack, the opponent's attack will also change. You need to wait until the opponent finishes the attack before you can dodge. After waiting for 0.2 seconds, as the giant staff of the forest warrior general descended, Wang Tian quickly stepped back. Immediately after, the large sword in Wang Shen's hand. drew a perfect curve. In the blink of an eye, the sword blade slid through the body of the forest warrior general. Is that the exhilarating feeling of a warrior walking on a tightrope, the way of fighting where each move and technique requires premeditation? It's unbelievable how it can be so thrilling. The strongest sword god Tiankai is finally about to wake up. After defeating all the wild pigs and the priest Hoang Thien, he slowly walked towards the Heavenly Pulse City. Professor Mo, you are truly outstanding. If you join the Celestial Academy, you can at least become a department head. The strongest sword god said nothing more. The combat skills he taught you today, if you can absorb half of them, it's enough for your heart. The next lesson I will teach is the last one for today. It is the chief shaman of the wild pigs, Shaman Carl Ga. He will have a total of 4 skills. 2 seconds of invincibility, health recovery, and bullet doctrine. These are all his support skills. Your final task is to prevent any damage not caused by his skills, and the output will all be done by us. This battle won't last long. Don't feel pressured. After speaking, a fireball flew straight towards Carl Ga's head, then the weapon transformed into an explosive form without hesitation, piercing straight into Carl Ga. Today, I will use your blood as a weapon. Although in everyone's eyes he is the worst mercenary, with just one sword swing, he can inflict more damage than anyone else. Not only that, facing a horde of wild pigs, even the most powerful sword god can only run away. But he did the opposite. A skill that can destroy all wild pigs. Even earlier, because Carl Ga has a strong healing ability that cannot be dealt with by long-range attacks. Therefore, the strongest sword god immediately transformed the weapon into an explosive form, stabbing straight into Carl Ga, causing multiple wounds, continuous bleeding, and over 1,000 points of damage. The most interesting thing is that he also created some dark attribute blood marks. It seems that a combat form is the best choice to deal with Adder, those despicable individuals. I will destroy them on behalf of the great Ni Xie Cam. After speaking, he immediately unleashes a healing spell for himself. Tan Kiet immediately realizes that he must stop his healing spell. Hoang Thien, it's your turn next. Hoang Thien also doesn't hesitate to swing his sword horizontally. Seeing Hoang Thien stopping Adder's healing spell, he suggests Tan Kiet say a few kind words to him. But a second later, Adder heals back 1,500 health points in the blink of an eye. Hoang Thien calls him a hacker. Tan Kiet suggests Hoang Thien focus and not miss the next opportunity. Immediately after, his combat aura appears and once again deals over 1,000 damage points to Adder and inflicts dark attributes. Suyen Van's ability also increases a few levels. Meanwhile, Hoang Thien is preparing a flying sword to take advantage of the moment Adder heals. Tan Kiet jumps and chops down towards Adder's head to successfully block his healing spell. But as soon as Hoang Thien touches the ground, Adder starts healing again. Although Hoang Thien wants to stop him, his skills are not yet ready. There seems to be no other way but to use that skill. Seeing Hoang Thien suddenly turn around, a number of yellow cross-shaped waves immediately appear towards Adder's head. Initially, Hoang Thien activated the star skill combined with turning around, which could cause a floating effect for smaller enemies. But for the big boss, it only stiffens his body for 0.5 seconds. Tan Kiet says, "You've done quite well. Now I will show my disappearing spell for his health bar." Hoang Thien, pay attention. Immediately, the Suyen Van magic spell targets Adder's head, causing him to suffer tons of damage. Hoang Thien is stunned by this scene. Adder can only despair and struggle endlessly. I cannot die. I must wait for Ni Xie Cam to return once again to sacrifice for the world. At this moment, Tan Kiet slowly extends his right hand forward. Suddenly a bunch of purple energy flows into his hand. In the blink of an eye, a black bubble flew in and created a deadly blow. 1071 points only heard a strong flip sound. Jia Thich fell face down to the ground. Hoang Thien stared at Jia Thich's body. The stranger's attack could truly exceed 1,000 points. Uncle Mac, you're truly outstanding. I can affirm here that with your rise, in the future many people will follow. Indeed, Hoang Thien is still like in his past life. As long as he acts sharply, he won't hesitate to praise. If we can gather our old teammates, we can reunite and ascend to the peak of the continent. It will be a great experience. This is the guiding tent at the foot of the mountain. Hoang Thien points to it. That is the final gate with 100 elite forest wolves. If we can rescue the king of the forest, our mission will be complete. Next, we just need to move carefully step by step. We will surely break the record. Van Nok Tan Quan pats Hoang Thien's shoulder. Are you not willing to take any risks? Hoang Thien asked. What kind of risk? Without saying another word, Van Nok Tan Quan kicked Hoang Thien down. Do you think that's risky enough? At this point, the elite forest wolves are still fast asleep in the tent. Suddenly, Huang Thien rushed down at near supersonic speed and accurately hit the forest wolf. The forest wolf immediately gasped, then the little spirit beside him suddenly said, "Are you the tribal people come to save me?" Right, but Huang Thien didn't directly answer, but instead took the little spirit in his hand and ran out of the tent without hesitation. While the forest wolves outside were still hesitating, they suddenly reacted. Huang Thien appeared dozens of people behind him. Sure to break the record. Van Nok Trinh Moc lightly patted Mr. Hoang. "Are you willing to take a little risk?" Huang Thien asked. "How risky?" Without saying a word more, Van Nok Tan Quan kicked Huang Thien down. "Do you think that's risky enough?" At that moment, the lone werewolf was still fast asleep in the tent. Suddenly, Huang Thien rushed down at near supersonic speed. Without leaning in any direction, he accurately hit the werewolf. The werewolf immediately gasped. At that moment, a dwarf beside him suddenly opened his mouth. "Are you the one who came to save me?" But Huang Thien didn't speak and directly pulled the dwarf into his hands. Without hesitation, he ran out of the tent. The werewolf outside was still confused, but later reacted. A large number of people appeared behind Huang Thien. The wild boar brandished its sword and saw that they were about to catch up to Huang Thien. Suddenly, a tall ice wall appeared, cutting off the path of the wild boar. And thousands of wild boars suddenly appeared behind the wild boar. "Huang Thien, protect the little spirit well. I will handle these wild boars," and Huang Thien couldn't help but worry when he saw Lao Mak creating such a commotion. Does he want to face 100 wild boars alone? Well, I am not leaving either. Today, we will sacrifice together. And thousands of wild boars suddenly stopped running. And behind them was a large army of wild boars, finally gathering these names together. An evil smile appeared on the corner of the mouth randomly, then the weapons turned into machine guns and the bullets turned into enhancements. Immediately firing back. Using his special intelligence, Lao Mak approached behind the wild boar. At this moment, Huang Thien hurriedly ran to Lao Mak. "What is he planning to do?" Hearing this, Tan Thien smiled and said, "Let me cook some braised pork for you." Then he transformed his weapon into a magic staff. Immediately, a giant vortex appeared from the void, dazzling and constantly expanding. Heading towards the large army of wild boars, sweeping everything away. Seeing this, Huang Thien couldn't help but be surprised. Is this Lao Mak's killing move? Although the vortex caused a real explosion of damage. But it only lasted for 4 seconds, the recovery time also increased to 15 seconds. When it disappears, the wild boars will surely separate. What will he do then? But right after that, Tan Thien summoned some magical eggs held in his hand for a few seconds. Then a whoosh and thrown into the crowd of wild boars. Huang Thien beside couldn't urge Lao Mak. "It's time, do you still have any big tricks hidden?" Hearing this, Tan Thien slowly said, don't rush, don't rush. Even this small magic spell. But it also has its wonders." As soon as the words ended, 2 void hearts were pressing down on the crowd of wild boars, causing a devastating damage over a wide area. This made Huang Thien beside him shake his head and say, "You fool, am I dreaming, Mo? Is this the magic that your 2 void hearts come from?" The reason is all because of your passive talent that normal players can only activate once without using mana. But this guy only needs to activate the void with his passive without spending mana and can activate it multiple times, perfectly compensating for the lack of damage from most big skills. Then look at Huang Thien and say, "In my opinion, you will soon create many miracles." Congratulations to Trinh Khiem Muc for breaking the record of the Blade Forest with an average group level of 24, currently ranking first. The boy who first created equipment made the forge factory died. Because in the eyes of the strong, this is not the level that the boy should have, but it turns out that the materials used by the boy are only half of those of the old man. Immediately after that, the new record of the two is at least 37 minutes less than the second person. Everyone thinks that Huang Thien is just a beast pulling oil, but no one knows that everything has to come back to the individual ability of Trinh Khiem Muc. And this time they also received a box of diamonds in which there is a magical cloak that can turn its owner into a hidden state. While Huang Thien received a sophisticated level 35 set, when he saw Trinh Khiem Muc's equipment, Huang Thien could only round his eyes. The magical cloak's ability to hide is too perfect at this point. The goblin next to him slowly spoke up to show gratitude to you all. "I will reveal the secret of the soul and the disaster that I accidentally discovered earlier for you." After speaking, he pulled out a letter and recorded all the positions on this sheet of paper. Then he disappeared without a trace. "Thank you. I will go home to take care of the wound first." Then Cheng Qian Mo took it out and read carefully. Within 10 minutes, guide to the exit of the secret area, but the usual approach cannot complete the mission, and the current level of the two is not enough, so they decided to wait until after the second awakening to participate in the challenge. That is Huang Thien's advice. "Leave here first," but Cheng Qian Mo said, "I will show you a place first." Then Huang Thien swung a sword, opening a mountain pass. In front of them is a mysterious cave, but then Hoang Thien became bewildered at this point. They discovered a secret book consisting of 26 precious volumes previously. They only saw pictures in textbooks. It is said that the awakened person can steal skills from other professions. Trinh Khiem Muc did not explain he received a map from a previous mission, and the location marked on the map is here, but at that moment, Hoang Thien opened his mouth preparing to kiss. Thank you, Mo, I have nothing to repay you. Only by using one's own body to exchange for the Nung. Hoang Thien pushed out by Trinh Khiem Muc. Don't be like a woman. Quickly activate the altar and see what skills you can learn then. Hoang Thien placed his hand on it immediately. A golden light flooded Hoang Thien's body. After some time, he learned his rage skill immediately. Some purple lightning shot up from Hoang Thien's body. That is the rage skill of the furious warrior. A sharp blade for the soul sword next. It was Trinh Khiem Muc's turn. Not knowing what skill he would learn this time, he then placed his hand on it. A continuous golden light shimmered on Trinh Khiem Muc's arm, but then his expression changed. As a mage, you have finished learning all your skills. You can select any of the secondary professions. Based on the current form of Quang Rang Thien Nyan, consider learning an advanced skill. Congratulations on successfully mastering the skill of Destructive Link, capable of inflicting light attribute damage to enemies within a 10-meter radius and potentially causing them to be shocked. You can place it anywhere within a 100-meter radius. The cooldown time is 20 seconds. Finally compensated for the weakness in long-range damage. Then you returned to Thien Jiang Ho and saw Trinh Khiem Muc, who was surprised to see you. Trinh Khiem Muc said he wanted to borrow his furnace and fire for a few days to train to the final level before the advancement exam. This surprised Tien. You are not just a third-year student. Tien then calculated that there are only 4 days left before the advancement exam. You had to go back quickly to review. Such good training ability would be wasted on iron training. It may not be worth it. To advance as a master blacksmith before 4 days is even not enough. Even 40 days might not be sufficient. But Trinh Khiem Muc just lightly smiled and pulled out a pile of red stones. Trinh Khiem Muc surprised Tien with this amount of stones. It may take 100 deaths in Lam Swamp to get this many. It turns out that it is Trinh Khiem Muc's athlete. When his combination score reaches 100, a stick will appear to deflect the bloodstones. Tien then laughed as he took a bloodstone. Training like this can triple the experience. Maybe this time you can truly create a miracle. With Trinh Khiem Muc's continuous help, a sword was quickly created and surpassed the level limit excellently, even consuming less materials than Tien. This made Tien admire Trinh Khiem Muc even more. I wonder if you can teach the old man. In the blink of an eye, after 3 days, Trinh Khiem Muc had learned the final training skill and could forge top-level equipment. However, to advance to the higher level in forging, 100,000 forging experience points are required. This completely took Zhang by surprise. In just 3 short days, this young man not only started from 0 to 10,000 forging experience points but also forged 46 items with a success rate of up to 92 using the blood-style forging method. Even with his forging talent, the old man had the ability to enter the advanced ranks of the Tianqi continent. However, he was still easily defeated by this young man. At this moment, Thua Kim said that these equipments are temporarily left here for safety, and the connection with John can be resolved later. Wait until I pass the entrance exam, I will come back to find you. Fighting. The main city, Hanvu, was easily defeated by Quang Khiem Muc, a member of the town council of Thien Hai Town, but showed contempt towards the leaders of Hanvu City, yet willingly shook hands with Lo Gaovi, a district-level city council member. In friendly conversation with Thua Kim. Thinking that relying on his father could transfer back to the city, he started to criticize Lo Gaovi in front of him. But just a moment later, he became bewildered. Why is Ma Thu, the pride of Hanvu, only ranked second? Then who is the first? Right after Quang Khiem Muc returned to school, he was scolded by Lo Gaovi. You stupid brat, I thought you had no intention of participating in the entrance exam anymore. But first, explain a bit about the details of the entrance exam. This time, there are over 400,000 candidates participating in the entrance exam. The examination area this time is called Namorugan, level 20, where one must defeat at least 2 to pass. In case of disadvantage, even if you die, you will not be penalized. But each person only has 1 chance. But looking back, Zhang City University has achieved success today. You are someone who cannot be ignored. Therefore, I intend to bring you a surprise. When the doors slowly opened, before you stood all the teachers of the school. Among the thousands of students at Trong Dai Hoc Tan Fujiang, all are role models for many others and a source of pride for us. Lo Gaovi slowly spoke. Today is the day all students of Trong Dai Hoc Tan Fujiang are heading into the graduate entrance exam battlefield. However, before that happens, I have a major announcement to make. After the school's leadership at all levels agreed, it was decided to award thousands of students the title of honorary principal. Immediately, this statement received unanimous support from everyone, vigorously endorsing the school's decision. Without the thousands of small paths, there would be no new Tanfujiang. Seeing this, thousands of paths felt confused. How could a normal third-year student become an honorary principal, but the teachers all believed that you deserve it? The school needs you to lead them to higher places, and Trinh Khiem also promised to do his utmost to help the school. Taking a deep breath, with a heavy pounding on his chest, Trong Dai Hoc Tan Fujiang, do not forsake me, for I shall not disappoint you. At this moment, Lo Gao V announced that the scholarship slot you gave up for La Tin Tin has been transferred. La Tin Tin, with a blushing face like a flower, asked Trinh Khiem, which top 10 school do you want to apply for? Upon hearing this question, thousands of paths suddenly felt the pressure. Bio then explained that La Tin Tin was just a bit shy, he mainly wants to study alongside you. Wishing to study together with you, Trinh Khiem grabbed Bio's ear. Alright, no need to be shy. Have you carefully read the scholarship I left for you before? The students on the field also laughed together with our school's comedy. Determined not to let this opportunity slip away, Trinh Khiem suddenly received a phone call. On the other end of the line, a voice said, I am a member of the executive committee of the city administration board, Thien Hai Vu Thien Le. Let's arrange a meeting soon. Shortly after, the day for the graduate entrance exam arrived. A group of people boarded the bus to the test location. At this moment he couldn't help but think back to the incident with Din Hong before, even mentioning Vice Rector Trong Hung Sun of Ma Lam University. The person he valued that Vu Trung Loi mentioned must be the mysterious person he met that day. If not for him, he might be dead by now with nowhere to be buried. But suddenly the bus stopped at Jiangtan University. Why are there so many buses here? It turns out their bus took the parking space of Hanvu University. Because Jiangtan University did not report the correct number of students on time, they shamelessly took someone else's parking space. At this moment, a voice from behind transmitted to the school, how dare they behave like this here? Quickly move your vehicles. This person is the chairman of the Town Management Association of Hanvu. However, Minister Liu did not react to this. But shortly after, another voice from behind was heard in the early morning. It seems like everyone is very excited, right? Van Nok Quach Liat immediately changed his attitude from before. Is the Vu delegate here? I will arrange for the senior officials of the association to welcome you. But Vu Trung Loi did not respond to Quach Liat. Instead, he diligently went to shake hands with Lu Gao V. Are you Lu Gao V? May I ask who is the student? Tan Tien Mac. After this question, Bao Lin Nyat Lin moved to the side. How could someone like Vu Trung Loi climb such a big tree? It seems that he can only give up his parking space. At this point, Vu Trung Loi smiled and said, indeed, a hero has emerged. Then he took out a box and said, this is the compensation that Ma Lam University sent to you. Chen Mok Mok also didn't hesitate to accept the compensation and held it in his hand. Thank you for helping me with the vice rector. Hearing Vu Trung Loi's words, he lightly chuckled. This kid not only takes advantage but also entertains. Lu Gao V was even more surprised. What did this kid do that made Ma Lam University's top 10 compensate him? And the two still seemed very close. Today Jiangtan University is again favored by him. The exam monitoring center of Hanvu, when everyone was talking and chatting with each other. Suddenly, the top 1000 potential ranking board appeared. At this time, Hanvu C student Lam from Hanvu C stood before Lu Gao V and shouted loudly, the top 300 are all ours. Hanvu C students from Zhang City are many, but still useless. So, who will be the person in charge of the deposit? Seeing this, he was surprised to discover that Zhongqing's urban desert had the potential to be evaluated as SS7. Seeing this, the Blue Shirt Army couldn't sit still. This ability couldn't accept a level 20 SS, and not only him, but also everyone in the yard couldn't guess what kind of monster the desert road was. He was a soldier and didn't know what kind of talent he had awakened. At this moment, the nearby Blue sighed awkwardly, and Lu Jiaowei hit it very well. The Han warrior is the sole target in this 10th attempt. It seems to have been decided. At this point, Mick also begins to introduce the secret area. In this test, there are a total of 4 mistakes that need to be overcome. At least 2 mistakes must be corrected to qualify for university admission. As the introduction begins, the arena immediately lights up with a large green light. Today's test results will determine the boundaries of future success. This time, I cannot hide anything. Jin has decided to show everyone my true strength. Only in this way can I achieve enough success in the future. I do not want to encounter trouble again at the University of Poland. Without the help of the mysterious old man, Perhaps only my own strength, I will soon fall into trouble. So I need to continue to become stronger until I start a difficult mass. Today's test results will determine the limits of future success. Nothing can be left behind this time. Trinh Khiem Muc's decision will show everyone his true power. If it weren't for the help of this mysterious old man, perhaps only my own strength, I would have quickly fallen into trouble, so I need to stay strong. It's time to start the basic baptism. In Langsing, although it is possible to refresh the baptism image, the most basic baptism is not how many highest records are updated, and only one method can be stored. All top buffs have been activated, so there are multiple buffs to choose from. Therefore, it has been decided to keep the basic buff erase to permanently increase the entire attribute by 5 points, while increasing attack speed and movement speed by 5 points. Your personal information has been updated. Afterwards, the big screen starts moving again. Oh my god, this is unbelievable. From SS rank directly to SSS rank previously, Trinh Khiem Muc even hid something. This is the first time in national history that a student has achieved a 3's ranking. Astonishing Trinh Khiem Muc's combat talent. Astonishing. All the leaders on the scene were shocked. While other students were still fighting small monsters, Trinh Khiem Muc had already defeated the boss at the highest level. But the story is not over yet. It even attracted the hatred of dozens of bomb robots. The teachers all thought he was seeking death. But they didn't know that in the moment when the bomb robots and the boss at level 2 attacked simultaneously, Trinh Khiem Muc used a mysterious punch to switch places and disappeared. Only a pile of bomb robots and the boss were left blown up. Just as Trinh Khiem Muc arrived at the miraculous city of Mokrijan. This is also the result of advanced technology. Currently, this place has been contaminated by radiation. Only mutated creatures and out-of-control machines remain. Contestants, head to the entrance of the underground town of Mokrijan. At the end of the spiral staircase is building number 1, where wild wolves roam. Normally, you would need to advance through the staircase to clear out, but for Trinh Khiem Muc, it's unnecessary. Immediately, he activates the hidden appearance mode and equipment, using the William parasol to fly over the ceiling and then a powerful jump down. That is the boss at the highest level, radioactive dust. Once again, old teammates meet. This radioactive dust is slightly stronger than before, not only raised by 2 levels but also adding 500 health points. So Trinh Khiem Muc immediately switches his weapon to a machine gun form, continuously firing. With my current strength, I can directly defeat those who are overpowering. The masters on the arena are also observing. Evaluating potential is just a reference. The real decision on academic performance still relies on efficiency in difficult situations. At this moment, I must clean up a quarter. But when I look at the big screen, I am immediately puzzled. I am not mistaken. Right, electric potential has already eliminated all the radioactive dust. It's only been 2 minutes. I really want to know how he did it, but unfortunately, I can't watch it again. After that, electric potential arrived at the second gate. Faced with a wave of bomb robots, he's just a fool. Yet he ran into the midst of their bomb robots. Their bombs attack indiscriminately, even if he's level 20, he can't withstand it twice. It seems that evaluating the potential of SS students is just that. Initially just a blind guy, but with a series of movements, electric potential not only avoids all attacking weapons but also does it effortlessly. The masters on the arena can't sit still. What is this moving ability that seems unbelievable? Indeed, a potential SS monster. But why is he dragging along so many bomb robots moving forward? He will have to face bosses from both sides. And Lo Gao V is also worried. Electric potential. What are you planning to do, seeing a bunch of bomb robots chasing him persistently? Not long after, they arrived in front of the second gate. At this moment, electric potential glanced, yes, right now. In the moment of confrontation between bomb robots and the boss, he suddenly jumped onto the boss head. The boss immediately activated electronic attacks while the bomb robots also threw bombs from their hands. At this moment, electric potential transformed his weapon into a magic staff. The killing moment has come. Seeing countless bombs flying towards him, he immediately activated the teleport skill, defying the laws of physics, causing the head of the lead bomb robot to be thrown away on the spot. Next, Trinh Khiem Muc, the true martial arts master, skillfully utilized the Dao Mountain technique to propel all bomb robots forward. With just one loud explosion, all the boss robots shattered into pieces on the floor, leaving the teachers outside the courtyard in awe. This is undoubtedly a genius with just 2 small skills he taught throughout his life. He has never seen any student with such talent in the past 100 years. Finally, a genius like this has emerged. Blessings upon our nation. At this moment, Principal Han Vu stood up. Switching the main screen to Trinh Khiem Muc's first-person perspective, everyone agreed in unison. We must study Trinh Khiem Muc's control techniques, we need to use the large screen. If anyone wants to see their students, please watch on the small screen. But the nearsighted teachers appeared to be angry. Today, the spotlight is on us. Han Vu has once again caught the attention of an unnamed blood god. Now, when you are being scrutinized by 100 eyes, I doubt you will not make any mistakes. Trinh Khiem Muc has reached the next level, facing Mac NHUOC killer robot. According to the annual rule, if you defeat him, you will maintain your position in the top 10 of the university. He is called the gatekeeper of the top 10 because of his extraordinary buff skills. In just 1 minute, the challenger will have to endure 6 or more significant physical damages, with a high risk of sudden death. But for Trinh Khiem Muc, that is just a minor technique. He is seen wielding a sword, rushing in for an attack, followed by a smooth slide, not just a reaction but a precise grip, then a tight hold and an attempt to execute the topple skill. Seeing this, the teachers couldn't help but doubt why this young man used a toppling skill on such a heavy unit. It seems they don't even understand the basics. Unfortunately, I thought he was a genius. At this moment, the nearsighted teacher smiled foolishly, but then realized. Thousands remain unaffected by the aging light, leaving all the teachers dumbfounded. Why is the physicist's buff ineffective? It's inconceivable. Has this kid somehow mastered the invulnerable window of 0.1 seconds after being hit? He simply draws out a weapon naturally. The adults present are shocked, as this weapon isn't something he should possess. This is the legendary tranquilizer, powerful and versatile, capable of assuming any form. Even the top adults in the country below have never owned it. After Trinh Khiem Muc grasps the invulnerable window of 0.1 seconds after being hit. What is the invulnerable window of 0.1 seconds? It's the time that exists when unleashing a skill. This short time is barely exploitable by few. But within this window, you can immunize against any damage. Every profession has such skills. Perhaps that's why he chose to be an independent player. Thua Thien Ni initiates the evil royal archery, dealing a massive amount of damage to enemies within a 3-meter range and pushing them back. Then, a golden light appears in his hand. The intellectual ability directly counters the boss attack, transforming weapons into an adhesive state, causing continuous damage to the boss. Trinh Khiem Muc even enhances the adhesive state. Meanwhile, the cooldown time for the aging light is only 5 seconds. A punch is seen as the boss growls, realizing the situation. The boss attack is thwarted by the psychic power, then weapons are transformed into a sticky state, unleashing a relentless assault on the boss. Trinh Khiem Muc enhances the stickiness of his own power, while the aging light's cooldown time is just 5 seconds. The boss looks dismayed witnessing this onslaught. Trinh Khiem Muc immediately reverts the weapon to a normal state, a sharp light beam emitting outwards. The masters in the arena can't sit still. He's only level 20 and already possesses such a marvelous weapon. Perhaps he has a connection with the heavens. But then they discover something even more surprising. Trinh Khiem Muc remains unaffected by the aging light. He suddenly employs the invincibility of the hunting blade in a moment of finesse, combined with a delicate motion that the elderly seem surprised he can't achieve in a lifetime. Truly deserving of being rated as an SSS memory. At this moment, Trinh Khiem Muc suddenly smiles. It's time for the conclusion. After showcasing all of his unique skills, they were captured by the camera and broadcasted directly to the boss. Immediately, he was hit hard and suffered a massive blow with a critical hit, dealing 70 shadow damage. With this, Tan Thien Ha only took 24 minutes to break the previous record of 2 hours and 31 minutes. At this moment, the masters on the field were also discussing. If this young man switches to become a future mage, he could definitely become a level 4 mage. However, some believe that based on his understanding of using the champion, he is at least someone who wins 5 battles. At this point, Boss Vu unexpectedly spoke up. Everyone, take a break. I must see him walk on a completely new path. Perhaps in the near future, the career of a freelancer will surpass all. Tan Thien Ha has finally reached the final boss, Mechanical Jerk. The reason he became the last title of Manhwa is not only level 24 but also 6,000 health points and astonishing physical defense. And because at the start of the battle, in the boss large room, monsters will continuously appear. The challenger will have to face countless monsters from all directions. Any slight mistake and they will be overwhelmed by the swarm of monsters. So far, no one in all the seasons of high-level competitions has been able to overcome this. What others couldn't do doesn't mean Tan Thien Ha can't. To deal with him, Tan Thien Ha only needs 2 minutes. Immediately, Tan Thien Ha summons Adriwas Beast, Frith Sanderlewis Contract Beast, Goblinkerd Beastmaster, puppet trickster, and e.g. informant. With the support from EXS Poison Snake Cannon RX-60 Tracer, when the beasts were summoned, they immediately blocked the monster's attack. Additionally, Tan Thien Hall also activated various skills: Kagan's Soul, Prolameng's Witch, Syar's Chill, Revenge's Light, Melody's Grace, Sacrifice's Dawn, and Sacrifice's Light. The masters on the field were surprised. He wanted to use a large number of beasts to block the monster's head and then unleash the power of Production Shield. He only summoned small and large monsters. 2 minutes have passed, but Exoskeleton instantly transforms the weapon into a Gatling machine gun. Alright, we can begin now. After finishing his words, he aims at Carl Guy at the mechanical port where Carl Guy is standing. A powerful explosion immediately occurs. Then Exoskeleton glances towards Carl Guy, signaling an overwhelming attack. Instantly, it turns into a screen of bullets. Indeed, with just the Gatling gun, he directly kills Carl Guy. And at the Han Wu Demon Academy, the young devil just passed the second gate, wondering. Seems like almost everyone is still at the first gate at this moment. It appears that the top position in the province will be his, but right after, the congratulatory system of Han Wu Academy announces Exoskeleton as the top of the province this year. Completion time for the challenge is 30 minutes. Assessment through the gate is SSS level. The best record in history will be permanently stored. Seeing the top-ranked person being stripped of it, the young devil immediately becomes angry. How could hopeful results like this really be achievable by humans? And Li Kwang Nok, the 6th-ranked student of Han Wu Academy, what is happening? Han Wu Academy has truly been defeated by the Jiangtan Academy, and Lak Tin Tin is also trying to pass. When seeing the result of Exoskeleton, she sighs deeply. Meanwhile, Trong Lam also confidently believes he will catch up with his footsteps, seen later with everyone in the academy. Surely it will be glorious, and the audience in the stands will cheer too. Exoskeleton is truly too powerful. I wonder if he has a girlfriend yet. I'll give him a monkey. I have completely fallen in love with him and can't let go. Meanwhile, our Professor Qin continues to receive worse news due to Exoskeleton's achievements. Many students at Han Wu have been eliminated due to mistakes and activities. Professor Van Qin is immediately angry. That bastard Exoskeleton deserves to die, but Tai Qin leads the way in disgrace at Thi Nuong. Please bless us while facing demons. There may be one as skilled among them as Ha Bak Tan, a true member. Indeed, a talent that the high ranks of the association have taken notice of. You also don't forget to contribute at this time. Today, Member Tan is truly teaching a lesson to the school of Han Vu. Sometimes, all it takes is a card that can unravel the facade of thousands. 30 years in the East River, 30 years in the West River. Never underestimate the young. The reason why no one can smoothly overcome is due to the special design of the secret area. Because the final boss vision is truly long, he has enough time to prepare. But not everyone can replicate this method. At the same time, the record-breaking prize will also increase by 1 level. Being the one who reclaims the exceeding reward will also increase by 1 level. This time, the secret area received 182,933 experience points and a diamond box. Unexpectedly, the experience from the entrance exam could be so high, even level 20 secret areas could reward a diamond box. Perhaps the secret area from the entrance exam is even more special. Let's see if there's any more surprises. Surprisingly, it's a skill book of grade S. The basic attack speed is not bad. With the restrictions of the reclamation profession, obtaining a grade S skill is unimaginable. So, this reward is truly a stroke of luck for him. Indeed, the stronger the wind blows, the colder the fog. Especially the effect of increasing attack speed completely offsets the agile adjustment effect of him. That is, with the increase in agility, the attack performance will gradually decrease. While the attack speed can stack on top of the existing attack speed. Regardless of the editing effect. Truly a breakthrough. Congratulations on successfully learning the basic attack skill that can increase by 15 attack speed. Currently, the attack speed has increased to 32.8. This action has made him excel over his classmates. Even higher than most people of the same age of 30. Next is the final hidden prize. After speaking, he took out a bottle of radioactive water. This creepy toy. If it hits the boss in the eye, if not mistaken, you will receive a demon mask. When worn, it can last half an hour. Transforming into a tiny commoner, height and weight fluctuate, time to cool down 12 hours with all rewards collected. The next step is entering the academy. Despite being a poor high school student, he has been accepted to 16 top schools nationwide. The prestigious school's fondness doesn't stop there. The principal immediately announced a group interview for him. This infuriated the higher UPS of other schools. The elite institution cannot accept a lower-tier school behaving so freely. What they didn't anticipate was the director of Demon Academy, Trinh Khiem Muc, who had a previous feud, actually agreed first. A rare talent of the century that deserves our transformation for him. Little did they know, he fears the one behind Trinh Khiem Muc. The top 4 combat magic battles in the underworld, including the Ishta battle, are led by the presence at the top of the pyramid in the underworld. Tan Phai Vu, with just personal strength, secured the outstanding students of Bac Yi province. Soon after, he was transferred back. The teachers beside are discussing. This year, the City River Academy could become the focal point. They all come to congratulate and say, I have always believed in your first place. Truly deserving, not a rare genius of the century, the glorious task of destroying monsters is solely yours. In this dangerous world, the underworld needs independent heroes like you. The future of the lower realm has been entrusted to you. Help us eliminate obstacles and create a beautiful home. This is your responsibility. Praises are echoing loud. And Trinh Khiem Muc has his own thoughts. These people are truly cunning. They really want to exploit the public to force you to carry the patriotic image. If monsters attack, you must face them boldly, or they will falsely accuse you. Truly, the killer still wants to cleanse the heart. As I have been asked for some peace, please understand. The teachers just told me that they want me to win a medal for the country, so please, teachers, step out for a moment. Right after that, those teachers stood up. Since meeting in Khiem Muc, allow me to introduce the team that will accompany me in the future. I have the ability to self-regulate chemistry. If I have to sacrifice for the country in the future, of course, I must find like-minded people. Therefore, after the excitement of everyone just now, surely the teachers are also ready to sacrifice on the battlefield, right? Seeing everyone laughing loudly, and Khiem Muc, do you look down on us a bit? Our strength is weak. How can it be compared to you? It's just a joke. It's just a joke, according to your reasoning. A college student has surpassed even teachers in their 30s and 40s who want to avoid. So I ask, how do you usually teach students? Is Xa Quoc not the homeland of everyone? Or do the words you just said have another intention when other teachers behind also express support, and Khiem Muc feels something is not right? Initially, everyone wanted to use ethics to restrain the talent of the country's future. An evil soul may be punished. I will go to the Department of Education to address your issues. At this time, Professor Quoc stood up and said, no need for me. Quoc Lien will represent the Department of Education to handle these 6 students, revoking their teaching credentials forever. Their school will be downgraded by 2 levels in the next 5 years. These teachers immediately stepped forward to ask for forgiveness. Please forgive us, Chairman, for one more chance. It was only due to jealousy that we made such a big mistake. Professor Go also stepped out at this moment. Not uncommon for a recipient of the prestigious scholarship from Quoc Bac province to possess not only exceptional talent but also a mature mind. He glances towards Principal Bao and requests a private room for us. Trinh Khiem Muc and I need to have a private conversation. Director Vu straightforwardly asks, do you know the leaders of the Management Association? Trinh Khiem Muc knows that he can no longer hide. He is also curious about the identity of that old man. They had previously met by chance while fishing. At the mention of fishing, Director Vu couldn't sit still. Could it be him? But then, Tan Thien handed a rein, and upon seeing the word cam on the rein, Director Vu immediately jumped up. He exclaimed upon seeing the rein, how do you have such an item among the leadership of the association? There is only one person like that. That is a battle mage, the unique 4th transformation of the nation. A powerful individual leading the pyramid milestone. With a level surpassing 75, Ikta dominates Tan Phai Du. Despite having strong combat strength, his eccentric personality is never easy to approach. How could Trinh Khiem Muc attract his attention? Regardless, with this relationship, the future of this individual is surely prosperous. Director Vu also does not want to reveal too much about this relationship. I can only tell you that he is one of the strongest in the nation. And the suggestion for Trinh Khiem Muc to wear the rein at any time may help him in the future. Meanwhile, news of Trinh Khiem Muc receiving a prestigious scholarship was featured on the front page of the Zhang newspaper. The mayor even came personally to welcome Trinh Khiem Muc. Outside the gates of Zhang University, there were the presence of key figures from various top universities. Today is the selection day for the nation. Everyone in the top 300 of the province has the opportunity to participate in the selection. With logos on cars from 16 universities across the country arriving. In the past few years, all schools have been overjoyed. This is all a light. No one knows which school he will ultimately choose. In the conference room of our city's university, Lu Yanming, on behalf of the school, welcomes your visit. The screen displays the information of qualified students this year. You can enter the number of the student you want on the dashboard, and I will arrange an interview based on your selection. You can see that there are over 20,000 forces, and the teacher will take immediate action. Even if the student is the top scorer in the college entrance examination, it is impossible to show off so much. They are stronger than most of the students in our school, but the director of the Demon Spirit School, Chen Luoshan, looks very ruthless. A group of scarecrows who have never seen the world before. This guy Chang Tianmai eliminated them 10 episodes ago. It is normal to have such power, coupled with this person's huge background. Even if he cannot choose, he must resolve his previous grievances. Wang Kaifu, the director of Blue Sky School, looks very excited, and the emperor will definitely praise him. It's no surprise that no matter what happens today, we have to bring him back. Half an hour later, statistics show that everyone can be interviewed in the interview room. All schools want to interview him, so after other students have interviewed, we will hold a group interview. This sentence immediately made the teacher unable to sit still and said, "This is not a rule, we must hold public nominations for 16 schools. We are all first-class schools. If we don't do this, how can we make your school prize?" But when this sentence ends, Chen Luoshan, the president of Beiling University, spoke first. "I agree with Lu Kaiwai's decision, as a rare talent in a century as an examiner. Changes are needed at these schools. The Celestial Academy has agreed to participate in the public interview. They even want all other academies to drop out. 2 schools in the top 10 have already competed directly. If they drop out now, they won't lose anything by exploiting." Finally, the Divine Academy immediately agreed. The Northern Academy also consented. All schools have reached a consensus. The interview results of other students will be announced later. This time, the Riverside Academy has accepted 28 people, exceeding 60, much higher than previous years. Lac Tin Tin has been accepted by Tan Bac. Lo Gao Vin looks at the list with amazement. When did students become so outstanding? The Celestial Academy has accepted 4 people. The Devil Academy has even accepted 6 people. It seems these 2 schools have been trying to win Trinh Khiem Muc's favor. Next is to see how Trinh Khiem Muc will perform. A group interview of 16 schools like never before. This is the last thing I can do for you. No matter what you choose from this moment, your reputation will become extremely great. He is truly the most sought-after student by the top schools. Even the admissions teachers set high prices for him. When all teachers are sure they will succeed, he chooses the Divine Academy last. This makes the admissions teachers look like fools. Even the admissions teachers of the Divine Academy don't believe it. They don't know that the skill books that others value so highly are worthless to him. Because the secret power of the Divine Academy is what he urgently needs. Just finished this issue, then came the group interview phase with the admissions teachers of the 16 schools completing the full circle. At that moment, the lost student of the Academy of Devils suddenly spoke up, urging the classmates not to misunderstand his master's school. Trinh Khiem Muc realized that this was a pawn sent by Trần Hong Sun to soothe the previous conflicts. And Vong Kai Fuc from the University of Lam Thien quickly stood up. This person surely will have acquaintances. He tried to introduce himself to me. Thousands of thoughts. Who in the world would believe the words of the people? The group of teachers at that moment all shouted in disbelief. Master Thuong and Master Vong turned out to be brothers, a connection that wasn't surprising. During the interview, the 2 brothers were at the top. However, choosing a school that will shape your future should be solely based on relationships. At that moment, Trinh Khiem Muc looked towards the teacher from the Mystic University. It was unexpected to see a top-ranked school in such a state of decline. The teacher from the Thanh Thuyen University spoke a few words, signaling the official start of our journey to the 16 schools. We only want to understand you better and know your purpose in choosing a freelance career. Upon hearing this, Trinh Khiem Muc furrowed his brows and smiled. His position had left the teachers astonished. This young child spoke so boldly. Dreaming big at a young age isn't wrong. But in life, we still need to be a little practical. I want to ask you, a freelance individual without a profession, what can you ultimately do? Jun Min Thien and even Trong Lac Sin have made a return. Although this child possesses strong powers, a freelance career ultimately seems weak. This is why most teachers dare not make plans. But Trinh Khiem Muc just waved his hand and said that a freelance individual without a future can still try. After these words, a teacher stood up in anger immediately. That's why most teachers dare not plan, but only see Cheng Shunmo waving his hand and saying that free people can still try without the latter. The youth of today are truly daring. If you can defeat me today, I will not say another word, and in the future, I will openly praise the teacher of your Qingbai school. I am willing to be the referee. Since both sides agree to meet, let's continue the fight until one side can no longer continue. Then the 2 from left to right begin to underestimate the youth. To be fair, I have reduced my strength to level 21. Today, feel the difference in combat experience between those of the same level. The teachers on the field also begin to discuss. The agility skill of the elderly is astonishingly fast. But to deal with a college student, does he have to go too far? The teacher launches a sudden cold attack, attacking in front of Trinh Khiem Muc in the blink of an eye. Trinh Khiem Muc just smiles lightly. Slow as a snail. After speaking, he takes out the traditional gun of the family and shows what true style is. He raises the gun and fires continuously. The teacher has no chance to react, and as the bullets are fired, it stimulates the defensive thinking. So the teacher was shot into holes. Then he falls down and sleeps. Chang Jian looks coldly at the teachers who can't bear it. The teachers on the field are all amazed. A one-hit kill. This is what a freakish reaction speed is. And the weapon in his hand also has a unique and powerful look. Not just a lone person, this is a mobile fortress. At this moment, the Nguoc Yen school finally realizes why Din Hong and they were easily killed by Trinh Khiem Muc. The reason is that the attacking power of this kid is too terrifying. Teacher Wang also feels disappointed because this child is too different. Why didn't the world speak up earlier? Just finished discussing the group interview and was defeated by Trong Nhac Sin. This is really unfair. At this point, all the teachers open up their own bets. And teacher Vong also feels regretful because this child is too strange. Why didn't the world speak up earlier? Just finished discussing the team interview and was stolen by Suong Thuoc Sin. That's really a loss. At that time, all the teachers opened up their own strategies. Gunlan University offers 2 immediate skills books along with 80 million column star, while Erluvan University provides 3 immediate skills books and tuition-free accommodation in the capital. Meanwhile, Lan University states that they provide 5 immediate skills books and the same level of service as the principal and teachers. However, Phu University is not inferior when introducing 10 immediate skills books along with a riverside villa in the Shadow City. Our Green Angel University commits that all you need to do is join the library and your privileges will be opened immediately. This commitment makes all the teachers silent immediately. Teacher Vong has made a big proposal. This means they are preparing to empty all the school's assets at this point. Only Tanvu University remains, at least has to make some proposals anyway. It's okay to follow at this point. Teacher Tran from Tanvu University slowly spoke up. Our Tanvu University can open up the entire mysterious area along with a fruit of power. Hearing this, the teachers beside all show disdain. Although the fruit of power is not bad, your mysterious area privileges are not worth it. Those strange mysterious areas ask which students can pass through in this situation. Trinh Khiem Muc just smirked gently because for him, the skills books that others value are worthless and the mysterious area of Tanvu University is what he needs. Combined with a fruit of power can be said to be a pleasant surprise, so he stepped forward and said, I feel the enthusiasm of all the teachers, but I also have my own opinion. Now teacher Vong has shown determination while teacher Tran is full of sorrow. These prestigious schools provide such a high level of service. It seems that Tan Ngoc University has no chance, but Trinh Khiem Muc's decision surprised everyone. I decided to join Tan Ngoc University. When someone said that teacher Chen had rejected a lifelong opportunity, I didn't hear it wrong, did I? After the interview, Sheng Jianmai went to see Mr. Zhang. Mr. Zhang still thought that Sheng Jianmai was an idiot. An excellent candidate from a province chose a declining university. What are you planning to do? But Sheng Jianmai smiled and said, don't worry, I will consider it. Returning to my main question, have I already sold my equipment for my birthday? Mr. Zhang just sighed. Not to mention, I sold 46 pieces and earned 920 pounds. Then I asked Sheng Jianmai what his next plan was. Sheng Jianmai said he was going to work in Leiqing City. Leiqing City is the main city closest to Xinkun. There are no parties that never end. You need to explore a wider world. Mr. Zhang pulled out a yellow icon from the person. If he had participated in the advanced forging test, perhaps this icon would have been useful. Then Sheng Jianmai walked alone on the street and watched Mr. Zhang pull out an icon. It seemed like he had something to think about, and this icon would definitely remind him. Unforgettable memories. Right after paying Mr. Zhang's pocket money of 120 kilograms, the remaining 933 kilograms can be considered a large sum of money. Next, purchase the materials for the second stage of Dao Tian Shan and the black card gifted by Zhonghun Mountain. You must also visit the auction house again. Don't wait for the start of a new journey. As long as a boy is strong below, the girl next to him will be surprised. Even a wizard with 24 levels of power has only one idea for the boss, which is to escape. But the boy's level is only 21 and he is a player, but it is easy to turn the boss into ashes. In the past days, Sheng Jianmai has been hunting and collecting. After finishing speaking, Cheng Tianmo took out a yellow token from his body. If he participated in the advanced forging assessment, perhaps this token could come in handy. Then Trinh Khiem Muc walked alone on the street and looked at Zhang Lao holding the token as if he had something on his mind. He said, "Then this token is for him. Recalling unforgettable memories, missing out on paying Mr. Zhang 120 gold and the remaining transaction fee of £933 is also considered a huge sum of money. Next, we need to purchase materials for the second phase of Tian Shuang's sword and the black card gifted by Zhang Shan. We also need to visit the auction house again. I can't wait to start my next trip." A boy with casual skills surprises the girls around him because it's a rare 27,000 level treasure with 8,000 hits. Even a combat mage close to level 24 can't do it. The girl has only one thought when facing the boss, which is to run away, but the boy's level is only 21 years old. The battle of a freelancer is weak, but it is easy to turn the boss into ashes. Gathering herbs and mining, mastering the skill of skinning has been raised to level 90. At the current speed, before reaching Right Tin City, these three basic skills will reach the maximum level. Suddenly, from afar, the noise can be heard. It's the sound of Mosegus. He is one of the rare outdoor moving figures in the Nerve. Although only at level 27, he has over 8,000 health points. Players at the same level would find it difficult to defeat him. But this guy has the ability to drop level 40 equipment with a very low rate. Perhaps today we'll become wealthy with this. But this person is too large. Very annoying, but it seems that a woman is fighting him. The woman's name is Lam Nhuoc Hai, a mage close to level 24 combat. Obviously, the woman cannot fight back, and both magic and endurance are limited. It seems like she can only run away. But when provoked, Mosegus cannot easily escape. At this moment, Lam Nhuoc Hai was driven to panic. The ugly monster is chasing me. If you chase me, I will shoot fire immediately. After speaking, she immediately threw fire at Mosegus, but it felt like scratching an itch for him. Unable to do anything, Lam Nhuoc Hai activated the skill Spiritual Sword, immediately releasing a number of energy sword attacks. Meanwhile, Trinh Khiem Muc was paying attention to every move of his. Although the girl is only level 24. But the speed of his bow's shooting is even faster. This is undoubtedly a top talent. But with the current strength, it is clearly impossible to defeat Mosegus. Seeing Mosegus' massive punch about to hit Lam Nhuoc Hai, she suddenly realized the tricky situation. She closed her eyes and gave up the final struggle. This sudden turn of events caused Lam Nhuoc Hai to let out a cry right on the spot under the attack of Trinh Khiem Muc Ma Tu Cat 2. In a flash, she was hit without any strength to fight back. Then Trinh Khiem Muc flew out some beautiful strokes. The level of the field ridge, which was blasted to pieces by Morse geese on the spot, has also reached level 22. It seems that Lin Ruoxi is stunned. This man is too handsome, isn't he too strong? But the field ridge didn't speak and instead picked up and exploded an epic weapon. The spiritual staff can increase the damage and healing effect caused by all spells by up to 50 points, which is a rare and top-notch weapon in the legal system. It is also a skill-based damage increasing weapon in the legal system profession. Although it cannot be used, it can be sold at a good price. At this moment, Lin Ruoxi behind her spoke slowly again. "You have only reached level 22. Why are you so powerful? Even if he is at level 24, he cannot solve it." After Mo Zi and Si finished speaking, she actually started crying. She thought today would be a lucky day to finally meet the rare boss egg. I found that I couldn't beat classical Chinese Chengtian Nuo at all. I put away the Lingxi staff and asked if your talent should increase your attack speed by a large amount, at least above 38. Lin Ruoxi looked puzzled and asked how you knew. Because of his SSG talent limit. The maximum attack speed can be increased to 40 times the end of the skill, and then explained, but your technique seems immature. Some melee mages have high operational requirements, and although your tactics are good, the actual release is not enough. Lin Ruoxi is even more puzzled about this. Although you are a solo profession, how could you be such an obvious melee mage? However, Trinh Khiem Muc did not answer and prepared to turn around and leave in a hurry. Lin Ruoxi came to you in a hurry from behind, but as soon as he finished speaking, Trinh Khiem Muc dealt with these wild monsters cleanly and immediately startled Lin Ruoxi's stunned speed. His explosive power surpassed that of the school teacher, but observing his actions almost blurred, he opened a brand new door. Then Trinh Khiem Muc said he was going to Thunder City. Lin Ruoxi immediately bowed to Trinh Khiem Muc, thanking him for saving my life and understanding me, but at the moment he lowered his head, two black and white little rabbits suddenly jumped out, causing an awkward situation. But suddenly, there was a deafening thunder. Thousands of lightning bolts shattered the blue sky, and the sky suddenly turned black. A red blood hung on the head of the hidden vein city, immediately realizing that the situation was not good. The moon blood appeared between heaven and earth, as if permission had appeared in the Tiancheng area. It's only 5 minutes away, and Lin Ruxia is crying even harder. Today seems to be her unlucky day. She didn't expect to encounter a rare engineering monster that has been rare for thousands of years. Now she can't escape even if she wants to, but the nearby hidden vein city is starting to reason. It is divided into 3 levels: basic level, intermediate level, advanced level, and city level, so basic level may appear. Now, it is important to find a hiding place. You soon realize that there is a light ahead and think there is a way. So Trinh Khiem Muc grabbed Lin Ruxia's arm, didn't say a word, and immediately lifted her up. Lin Ruxia blushed, but later she realized what he was going to do. Trinh Khiem Muc said, "If you want to survive, just shut up and hold onto Lin Ruxia's butt tightly. Because only in this way can she stick together and not easily fall off." Lin Ruxia panicked and couldn't do anything with her abnormal hands, but later she realized the black and gray beast behind her, and realized that Trinh Khiem Muc was saving her. But this seemed too ambiguous, didn't it? Lin Ruxia agreed to let Trinh Khiem Muc down and let's fight together. Maybe we can kill one, but Trinh Khiem Muc remained expressionless. Just tighten your skills a bit more. Women only slow me down in drawing my sword. After listening, Lam Yu Tin coldly said, "Grab the neck of this demon tightly for me to see." At that dangerous moment, Trinh Khiem Muc immediately revealed a face of despair. It seems like this girl is a monster. Even in such a dangerous situation, she still dares to cause trouble. Soon, the two found a dry well ahead. Trinh Khiem Muc immediately told him to quickly hide in there. Seeing this, Lam Yu Tin wondered what he would do. Trinh Khiem Muc said not to worry, he had a plan. She quickly went down, and he would help her buy time. After saying that, he didn't turn around but ran towards the group of monsters. Meanwhile, Lam Yu Tin was so moved that tears fell. How could a level 22 solo player survive under the water? This is clearly to keep hope of survival for himself even though he had just met a stranger. At that moment, a teleportation spell brought him face to face with Trinh Khiem Muc. Without saying a word, he walked towards the well and pushed Lam Yu Tin in. Immediately, both jumped into the well, but then they realized it was very deep. If they continued to fall like that, they would surely die. In this urgent situation, Trinh Khiem Muc used both his hands and feet to support their bodies. This posture made Lam Yu Tin suddenly feel her heart racing. "Control your lower body. What are you touching me with?" Who would have thought that a newly graduated green boy could talk about the material and color of clothing so professionally? Even when faced with major issues, he couldn't find any faults, but he immediately realized it. This made the store owner next door stunned. If the rumor spread, the store would surely have to close. Not only did she turn back to the south, but she also bowed and paid 300 gold as compensation. No one knows that 300 gold is what an ordinary person would have to work a lifetime to earn. After hearing this, Trinh Khiem Muc felt embarrassed, but at this point, he had no other choice. Seeing this, Lam Yu Tin smirked at him. "Remember this day. Don't talk nonsense when you go out. By the way, I don't know your name yet. Zhang Xianmo. At that time, Lin Ruoxi kept asking you if you were planning to guide me along the way." Trinh Xianmo's face was cold. Where did this mischievous child come from with so many questions? "I answered decisively because I saw you flying all the time, not because you had great talent. When I heard that Lin Ruoxi was happy, where did you just say you were going?" At that moment, Trinh Khiem Muc was obviously in trouble. This strange job was not over yet. If you continued to ask, you might not be able to take it. So you threw the rope to the ground. Under Lin Ruox's surprised gaze, they fell to the ground in an instant. Trinh Khiem Muc immediately exhaled air. Finally came out, but Lin Ruoxi covered her chest and told him not to peek at Trinh Khiem Muc sitting beside her. Just then, Lin Ruoxi changed into Trinh Khiem Muc's clothes and immediately covered her mouth. So Lin Ruoxi directly asked him if he wanted to explain to me whether this was really intentional or unintentional. Disappointed, Trinh Khiem Muc quickly made a big leather jacket, but Lin Ruoxi still looked angry and quickly said if it was intentional. How did she remember a jacket? Then he snorted coldly. "All men are the same. My mother once said that there is no good man in the world." Upon hearing this, Trinh Khiem Muc felt sorry for 3 seconds. "It was really tough, Dad. Not long after, you arrived in Lei City." In the next moment, he coldly let out a sound. "All men are the same. My mother said there are no good men in the world." It turns out she was right. Classical Chinese and Qingqian are still sad for Lingfu for 3 seconds. "You are in too much pain. Soon you will arrive in Longcheng." Lam Nuoki asked, "Where are you headed next?" Trinh Khiem Muc glanced at the auction house sign. "I have to make a stop at the auction house," he replied. Lam Nuoki immediately pointed out, "I am quite familiar with this auction house, so I'll take you there." It's the perfect time for you to make up for the outfit you owe me." With that said, she grabbed Trinh Khiem Muc and headed towards the auction house. Seeing this, Trinh Khiem Muc was bewildered, thinking that this girl was peculiar for shopping so much. Lam Nguok he mentioned that the item he wanted to buy was not cheap, but Trinh Khiem Muc didn't seem like a wealthy person. "Unsure when you'll pay," she teased. Van Non Trinh Khiem Muc smirked. "Choose freely, I won't blink an eye," she added. Shortly after, the two arrived at a large tailor shop. The shop was crowded, and the staff immediately welcomed them. However, upon seeing their attire, the staff wrinkled their noses. "Where did these two country bumpkins come from with such dreadful outfits? What a waste of our time." The staff's actions annoyed Trinh Khiem Muc. Observing their treatment of others, Lam Nguok he inquired about the outfit. Trinh Khiem Muc commented that it suited her well. Lam Nguok he prepared to try it on, but the nearby staff sneered. "Be careful, the clothes here are very expensive. If you soil it, you probably can't afford to pay for it." Van Non Lam Nguok he looked at the price tag of the outfit, a whopping 35 can, while he only had 150 can. Therefore, he decided to look elsewhere. He didn't want Trinh Khiem Muc to foot the bill, but to his surprise, Trinh Khiem Muc said, "If you like it, I'll buy it for you." "Do you like anything else?" This statement left Lam Nguok he dumbfounded, and even the nearby staff were astonished. Lam Nguok he reminded, "That's 35 gold, not silver." Van Non Trinh Khiem Muc smirked. "I can still pay for such a small amount of money, it's okay, you can look at it as you like." Upon hearing this, the waiter immediately became dumbfounded and changed his expression to a feigned one. This time, Chang Chien Mai didn't forget to bow to the waiter. "At first, I wanted to buy more, but when I saw your face, I thought." The waiter just smiled coldly, but soon, Chang Chien Mai took out his shirt. "Let me take a look at the quality first. Your shirt is not very good either. All the indicators are not very good, a bit wrong. Even if it sells so expensive, may I ask if you are deceiving the infidels?" This sentence immediately angered the waiter. Food can be eaten right, but words cannot be spoken carelessly. Our store has been open for over 20 years and is renowned for top quality in Tan Thien City. This little one should nt speak out of turn. Seeing Trinh Khiem Muc furrow his brow, "Let's call the boss out. I can teach him how to become a proper asset manager." The shop owner, angered by the remark, steps out. This customer doesn't seem small, does he? The shop owner speaks, but Trinh Khiem Muc remains silent, simply taking his coat gently. "The material of this shirt should be 5 layers of silk, 4 layers of Cinderella wool, about 1 layer of wool. The price of this shirt is very low, but what's worse is that it had problems when dyeing it. Its original brightness should be 1 level higher than it is now. Are you calling it top quality just to deceive customers?" This sentence makes the shop owner wonder how such a young person realized it. "You can eat comfortably, but be careful. Our store has been open for over 20 years and is renowned for its top-notch quality in Shenzhen. Can't completely trust Lin Nhuoct is also full of suspicion. What secret is this guy keeping that I don't know?" The shop owner also realizes today he's dealing with a top expert. If this gets leaked outside, his shop will surely close. So Vong Tru Tan Kien Mat bows and apologizes. "You've mistaken the Tai Sun Mountain. We apologize for this oversight. Please forgive us. Don't let this spread outside." Lin Nhuoct glances, blaming the attendant beside them. "Your employees used to look down on us." Listen to the shop owner's words, slap straight into the attendant's face. "You're brave enough to underestimate my customers." At that moment, the attendant wanted to defend themselves, but the shop owner didn't pay much attention. "Now immediately leave my store." Then the shop owner gives Tan Kien Mat a wooden box and says that employee, "I've fired them. Today in the store, choose anything you like." This is a small gesture. "I hope you accept it." Tan Kien Mat immediately smiles, unable to close their mouth. How can I bear it? But still, they can't help but accept the wooden box. It's just professional courtesy. Pointed out some issues if you don't intend to. Just don't repeat them. Lin Nhuoct starts choosing frantically. "This one's beautiful. That one's not bad. I'll bring this for mom. This color is beautiful. Take them all." The shop owner beside can only look on without knowing what to do. "Girl, give me some space. Don't empty out my store." Lin Nhuoct has picked out 8 items. Immediately remembering the wooden box the shop owner gave Tan Kien Mat. "Let's see how much the old lady paid you." Tan Kien Mat counts. Surprised, the shop owner paid him 300 gold coins in silence, adding the money on him. He has 1070 gold coins among the newcomers in Thunder City. Seems like a big shot among big shots. Lin Nhuoc happily holds his hand at this point. "Aren't you supposed to be at the auction? This girl will lead the way for you." Initially, the boy just wanted to play cards with the girl, but Weiss' interference ruined everything, mocking how the boy tried to flirt by imitating others. But this has angered thousands of followers, and after a few tricks, Wei became annoying and a strong blow exposed him immediately. Even bought supergrade weapons from thousands of people at 10 times the price. Angered, he came looking for him. If you dare, come out with me for a fight. In just a moment, they arrived at the auction. Even Lin Nhuoc Hai did not expect that the auction today is much more prosperous than in the past, and that was just a low-level auction when thousands of followers were amazed. Lin Nhuoc Hai forced him, don't be late anymore. Hurry up, let's go. When will the next auction start? Is there a private room? The staff said that the auction is about to start in 10 minutes, only one small room left. We will arrange it for you immediately. But when Wei saw the credit card in his hand, it's not surprising that this girl is not simple. A trick directly took the auction credit card, perhaps given by an adult at home, but thanks to that, he didn't have to reveal his black card. Then a few fierce men entered. Let's have some fun, young master. Prepare a private room for the young master. The strong staff immediately said the last room was booked by this girl. He is our VIP guest. But to the young master, he only shows disdain. The credit card doesn't even qualify as VIP. Look closely at my color. The staff was shocked when they saw the gold card. Indeed, a rare gold card. I am sorry, this girl, I am truly sorry. I will rearrange a normal room for you. Please keep your card. Lin Nhuoc Hai was full of anger, about to burst, but was silently reprimanded by Trinh Khiem. Observing the scene, Wei Xiaoye beams proudly. You must understand me by now. If you shatter my soul, you'll bear the responsibility. Lam Nuoc Kai wonders why we're here first, but yielding the room to Non-Tri Mac. Smirking, Non-Tri Mac says, wait and watch my spectacular show. Entering room 996, a regular room, Lam Nuoc Kai asks if anything stands out. Is there a better way? Not knowing the room number, Non-Tri Mac smiles warmly, I'll handle everything. According to Non-Tri Mac, he's a level 26 alchemist. Finding him won't be hard. Let's show him what true hospitality means. Non-Tri Mac reveals various herbs and ores, leaving Lam Nuoc Kai wide-eyed. That person is a level 26 alchemist. It's easy to locate him once you know this. Let's teach him the meaning of true service. Non-Tri Mac unveils an array of herbs and minerals, leaving Lam Nuoc Kai astonished. So much horror to bear. No wonder you're so rich. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, I am Wang Gang, your auction host. Let's kick off the auction with the first item of the day, the blue orchid stone. It's a crucial ingredient for alchemists. Starting bid is 2 gold per increment, not less than 20 pounds. In VIP room 414, a surprise awaits as the blue orchid stone goes for a steal. I won't hesitate to take it. Quickly, the price rises to 3 gold. Congratulations. Buyer 414 wins the blue orchid stone for 15 gold. Wei Junji remains cheerful. Though pricey, 15 gold for a stone like that is worth it. Acquiring 46 blue orchid trees was no walk in the park. Next up is the blue orchid tree in second place. This time, there are 46 varieties, piquing more interest. The 46th tree even sells for less than the previous 10. Without delay, the price quickly climbs to 50 gold. In the VIP room, Wei Jun looks surprised. Nung thang lao tu lan shi sao ne da bai chat roi zem toi lam sao de chet mei noi nung nga ki chuan bai nyan nut do jia ti ton bo bai go nan shin loi lan ne cam noim wat tren we chat tham jia du ne ro rang dang nam vao toi. In the end, you can only watch others walk away with a price of 60 pounds. This price is lower than the previous one. Lin Ruo Shi is also very suspicious by now. How do you know that number 414 belongs to General V? Both Lan Shi Sao models were sent by him, but one of them has a restriction that does not allow marriage. Only now does Lin Ruo Shi realize the true toxicity of this move. Surely that V guy must be going crazy. But Kan Tan Niep says that was just an appetizer. After he buys some items at a high price, the next item is significantly cheaper. But every time the price is low, V is prohibited from participating. This directly unsettles V. Too damn excessive. The two went to find Manager Shu. They must find the owner of this turtle. I have to teach it a lesson directly. Then it's time to press the final button for this extremely rare item. Everyone, look closely. The Spirit Fork, a legendary weapon, increases strength by 11 points and adds 50 points of magic damage. Starting bid is 100 gold each time, no lower than 10 gold. Just a click. The price has been pushed up to 520 gold. V Jun immediately realized it was a rare and valuable item. Had to exert all strength to get it. Aren't you going to let me fight back? But looking at the screen, totally dumbfounded by the limitations of the seller. The buyer is a professional, the starting price must not be less than 100 gold coins. In the face of the anger of the guards, he was determined not to let anyone provoke him. Today I will consider whether to increase the price tenfold, hundreds of thousands, Then today I will confront the person. There will come a time when you will know. My money isn't easy to come by. Congratulations to auction master number 414 for bidding 840 gold coins and taking control of the mystical staff. At this moment, Wei Quan's heart is filled with the desire to die. It's too much, all the hard-earned money spent on just a weapon. Looking back, Trinh Khiem Muc remains calm. The total value of buying and selling today has reached 2,660 gold coins, truly a bountiful harvest. But at this moment, the auction room door suddenly opens. Hello, I am the auction room manager, Shu. There are some people who wish to meet you. Listening to Shu, Khiem Muc's face suddenly turns cold. Originally, he just wanted to make him lose some money. But if you have other intentions, don't blame me for not being merciful. So, you were the one blocking my way earlier, right? Khiem Muc remains silent, admitting it. Do you have any business? No need to speak, he's Wei Quan Kai. The subordinate immediately steps forward. You know who Wei Thuong is, don't dare to fight him. I think you're tired of living. Van Nok Trinh Khiem Muc smirks, angering Wei Quan Kai. Who are you pretending to be? What's his intention? As soon as he speaks, Wei Quan Kai immediately becomes angry. I think you're seeking death. Master Lu, come out to decide life or death. Van Nok Trinh Khiem Muc doesn't say a word but agrees with Wei Quan Chi's words. Then I will follow you, the fake name Vong En. After that, the two of them walk out onto the street. At this point, Wei Quan Kai is still shouting loudly. This kid, you've come looking for your own demise. I'll show you the consequences of fighting me. When people see the weapon in his hand, they all widen their eyes. Damn it. A divine weapon, yet the wielder is weaker than a fully equipped level 5. This isn't about seeking death explicitly. Today, I will use the spiritual staff you sold me to send you on your way. Van Non smirked wickedly from the corner of his mouth, then a second later, he was behind Wei Quan Kai. With a resounding blow, Wei Quan Kai was immediately knocked out. At this moment, disbelief painted Wei Quan Chi's face as he yelled out loud, how can this be? The second-generation tycoon spent all his savings to buy that rare spiritual staff. However, he truly had no clue. He thought of reclaiming the staff from the auction he had bid on. But in the end, not only was the staff shattered, but he also lost his money. Even being pushed to the ground and continuously rubbed by Trinh Khiem Muc. Look at its color. Right before Wei Quan Kai was struck defenseless. Only the sound of his weapon, Lam Nuoc Hai, suddenly appeared. After a series of dazzling stabs, everyone on the field was left stunned. He could easily drive Wei Quan Kai back with just one strike, yet he continued to attack his staff. It seemed like his intention was to deplete the durability of the staff. And it would be permanently damaged beyond repair. Lam Nuoc Hai smiled as he looked at the scene before him. It wasn't in vain that he chose this man. Not only did he make Wei Tiu so pay without receiving anything, but he also reduced Wei Quan Kai by 4 levels. Wei Quan Kai saw the Lin Tick staff about to break. But he truly didn't dare, yet Van Non wasn't willing to give him any chance. If you like to take advantage of others, today I will go all the way. After speaking, the twisted fabric in his hand was simultaneously shot out. Immediately, Wei Quan Kai spewed out a breath of black blood. Oh, my staff, my staff. Just with a flick, Wei Quan Kai was sent flying out, becoming a pitiful figure lying flat in front of Trinh Khiem Muc. And Trinh Khiem Muc also took out his black card, opened his eyes wide to see its color. After listening, the mighty Quan Kai lifted his head to look at Hak Phong, who had just finished speaking, then turned around and fell asleep without a care in the world. Those watching from afar were all terrified, knowing that he was ranked just below the red card, a symbol of high status. Finally, someone recognized him. He was once the top scholar in North Dia. Known as the Monster Scattering Man, it was no surprise that fighting Wei Quan Kai felt like fighting a child to him. But suddenly, Lam Nhuoc Tick tightly grabbed the collar of the scholar. The scholar buried his head deeply, clearly embarrassed by Hak Phong. Seeing this, the scholar gently patted his head. Lam Nhuoc Tick immediately fell silent, not because of Wei Quan Chi's arrogance, but because she had been hiding all this time. Lam Nhuoc Tick had no choice but to smirk. Pay attention a bit, from today onwards, I forgive you. This is a gift from the auction house as an apology. I don't know calligraphy, so please don't mind. Please accept this small gift. Because he stood by Wei Quan Kai before, he must shed some blood today. Seeing this, the scholar smiled, then continued. It seemed like there was another material upgrade. It's okay, it's all caused by that person. The scholar asked the manager to pay attention to the documents on the list and to take a picture. After processing, the manager escorted them out. Lam Nhuoc Tick seemed to have something to say, but the scholar could tell with just one look. He asked, "Will you remember me when I get home?" Lam Nhuoc Tick fell silent for a moment. But before the scholar could react, Lam Nhuoc Tick kissed him. "Remember, this is the reward I give you. Listen carefully, in the time I am not around, you better not sneak a peek at other women." Disappointed, the scholar could only agree. She was truly a cheerful little demoness. After Trinh Khiem Muc prepared to upgrade his alchemy skill with impressive support from level 80, he fully trained the herbs in the cave in just one day. When it was time to go out and start the event, he arrived at the town of Tui Sac near Thunder City, where 25 demon episodes arose. Especially at night, their power increased fivefold compared to daytime. So no ordinary players appeared at this time, it was a time reserved only for him. The official night of murder began. He summoned challenging souls, summoned dull summoning contracts, and summoned summoners. The purpose of summoning these monsters is to gather them here and then destroy them all. When Trinh Khiem Muc ordered the summoned creatures, they were neatly arranged and controlled to the center. Soon after, a large group of monsters was summoned. As Trinh Khiem Muc stepped forward and ordered all summoned creatures to gather at the central square, the rest was up to him. In just a moment, all the monsters rushed in. With just a blink of Trinh Khiem Muc's eye, a large net enveloped all the monsters. He then activated the fast-running shoes skill. If the creatures outside are delayed, they will all be destroyed. That's why he immediately drank a vial of deceleration and acceleration potion. Luckily, the timely appearance helped minimize the losses of the summoned creatures. When the soul is focused, that's the time to act. After Trinh Khiem Muc wielded the magic staff, a wall of ice thousands of meters high emerged. Next is the time for him to use his skill to gather. With just a flick of his finger, the infinite explosion skill is activated, causing everyone within 10 meters to have a chance of being electrocuted. And he could freely adjust the bomb placement. The cooldown time was only 20 seconds. Along with the unique innate ability, not needing much, the monsters were slowly dying. Trinh Khiem Muc was filled with surprise and joy as he quickly defeated the monsters. It seems that the destructive power of the explosion was at a high level like this double explosion. On maps below level 30, it is truly a self-deprecating attack. Not surprising when stealing skills from this shrine. Just from this experience, I have leveled up to 40. Now, after easily collecting their bodies, they will be reborn together on the spot. The next step is to enjoy the joy of leveling up.